Yo, what's good YouTube? We're back in it. Yeah, today we're using the mirror and we're hitting some shoulders. I want to show you guys the most authentic shoulder workouts which are gonna help you grow your shoulders. Yeah, and make you look huge, you understand? Because after everything, for you to have that aesthetic physique, you need to look proper. You have to have that frame. You understand? So I'm just gonna take off my hoodie so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You understand? I'm not sure if the mirror is doing any justice right now, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, I'm not a person who weighs about I weigh about 78 kilos. You understand? So I'm not that heavy. But when you look at me, I look huge. I'm not sure if the mirror is doing any justice right now. Yeah, but for sure. So I'll be showing you guys the most authentic shoulder workouts that's gonna help you genuinely draw your shoulders. You understand? Bro, these things are huge, bro. I'm not sure if you're seeing it. But if you ain't seeing it, I'm just gonna change the angle. Yeah, for sure. Let's do a couple of more warm-ups. Let's see if it's here on the camera. Yeah, so before you do anything, especially your shoulders, you want to make sure that you warm up. Yeah, to avoid any injuries. So what I usually start with is the overhead shoulder cap. This is the perfect exercise to warm up your shoulders. So make sure that you don't end up dislocating your shoulder. Yeah. So I usually go for about 20 reps max, just to get them warmed up. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, because like the shoulders are the most, not that the other body parts are not important. It's like it's the most critical one, because like you cannot do even push-ups when your shoulders are worked. You cannot do your bench press when your shoulders are worked. You cannot do your overhead press. You cannot do like most of the things. You cannot do your bicep curls when your shoulders are worked. So you gotta make sure that you warm up before each and every exercise, especially the shoulders. Yeah, I'm not sure it's clear. Yeah, for sure. So we just did our first warm-up exercise to warm up the shoulders. Remember, for you to get big, for you to have that aesthetic look, for you to look proper, you need to build those shoulders. You need to have that frame. Where do you get the frame? Doing these 3 exercises. These are the 3 exercises that's gonna help you build your shoulders. These are the 3 exercises that's gonna help you have that aesthetic physique. Yeah. First exercises, I try to go as heavy as possible. So if you're somebody who's just starting, I would recommend that you just go as heavy as possible at first and see if you can get 10 reps. If you can't get 10 reps, then maybe it lands you to 5 reps. Then you can just drop the weight until you get like the perfect weight for you, like that you can overpress for 10 reps. You understand? Because when you're doing shoulders, the weights, the reps, it's all about the pain when you're doing shoulders. More pain, more gain. You understand? It's all about the pain. How do you get more pain? You put in more reps. You put in more reps, you get more pain. Smile when you feel the pain. I always tell my guys, smile when you feel the pain, because that's where the growth happens. You understand? So yeah, try to get as minimum as 8 at least, but you don't want to go lower than 8, then 5. You ain't gonna develop your shoulders like that. So minimum number of reps is 8, then up. I usually go 10. So if you're somebody that is just starting out, just go 10 yourself. Get me? One, two, four, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, that's the first exercise for shoulders. That's the first set I do for shoulders, and I go for 10 reps. So I go as heavy as possible. You understand? So for you also yourself, try to push yourself. We just did the first exercise, which is the overhead shoulder press. Now we're gonna move to our second exercise, which is the Arnold shoulder press. You're gonna see it just now. It's beautiful. It bends. So I would recommend it. So it's one of my actually like top exercises. Like that's why it's in the top 3 right now, because yeah. So the first weight that I picked up was 25 kilos. That's the highest I shoulder press right now. So I'm just gonna drop by 5 kilos, and I'm gonna go 20 kilos on each side, and I do the Arnold shoulder press as my second exercise. So this is our second one, which is the Arnold shoulder press. Up, you turn, you go back, up, you turn, you go back, up, you turn, you go back, up, you turn. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 10. Yeah. So usually I go three sets per exercise. You understand? The first one was the normal shoulder press, which is for 10 reps, and this one which we just did now is the Arnold shoulder press, which is also for 10 reps. Then our last exercise for shoulders will be the one to build the rear delt. The rear delt. This one over here. This one over here. For you to get the 3D shoulder look. For you to look really, really aesthetic. You understand? For the past, I'm not sure, past 2 years I've been neglecting my rear delt and my physique. Like, as I was still drawing myself as a person, but as soon as I started training my rear delt, bro, I'm telling you, I'm not sure if the camera is doing any justice for you guys, but yeah. So you have to hit them rear delt. You have to hit them for that 3D shoulder look, that Goku look. So this is the exercise I recommend you do to build your rear delt. Yeah. So this is it. We don't have any machine. It's just us and the dumbbells. So this is what you do. Not this. This here will hit your traps. You understand? It will hit not your traps. Actually, it will hit your lats. And right now we're not hitting our lats. So we're not gonna do this. What we're doing is hitting this part, the back part of the shoulder, which is called the rear delt. So what we do, to the side. One, that's one. 2, 3. Guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Young Fit Mike, and I always appreciate you guys for tuning in. So I just showed you guys the most critical 3 exercises you can do to build your shoulders. You don't need a fancy gym. You just need a bench and some dumbbells. 3 critical shoulder exercises that helped me get where I am today. So for those who are new to the channel, thank you again for tuning in. Just like, share, and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. For what you guys wanted to hit tomorrow, I'm thinking we go arms. What you think? I'm thinking we go arms tomorrow. Yeah, it's a beautiful life. Thanks to our Lord and Savior. Thanks to Him. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.